Good morning. I call this April meeting of the Board of Trustees to order. Trustee Lucky, we asked you for an invocation this morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? This morning, I am going to call on one of my friends and your friends to do the devotional. He has certainly worked for the IHL for many years and done many things for us, but he has a new position right now as the 13th president of Jackson State University. And we are so proud of him. And I would like for our friend to do the devotional this morning. Thank you, Marcus Thompson. President Thompson.
Thank you, Trustee Lucky. Let us pray. Almighty and everlasting God, as we gather in this place, we come before you with hearts uplifted in gratitude and humility. We acknowledge your presence among us and your unwavering guidance in our lives and endeavors. We recognize you have called each of us to leadership positions within our respective institutions and entrusted us with the sacred task of shaping the minds and hearts of future generations. May we seek your guidance and wisdom in all our endeavors, knowing that the work we do has a ripple effect that extends far beyond the walls of our campuses. Bless each member of this esteemed board and grant them discernment and clarity of mind as they make decisions that impact the lives of countless individuals. May their actions be guided by justice, by compassion, and a commitment to excellence. And Lord, we are grateful for the dedicated service of our IHL trustees who will be transitioning soon from their roles. Tommy Duff and Dr. Al McNair, Chip Morgan and Dr. Walt Starr. They have shown unwavering commitment and tireless effort in serving our university system and the state of Mississippi. Lord, we recognize the impact that they have made during their tenure. Through their wisdom and guidance, they have helped shape the future of education in our state, leaving behind a legacy that will be felt for generations to come. And we ask for your blessings to be upon them. May you continue to guide them in their future endeavors, using their talents and experiences to further serve your purposes. We also lift up their families before you who have been with them as they have sacrificed their time. We thank you for the support and sacrifices they have made, enabling them to fulfill their duties. And may you pour out your abundant blessings upon them, strengthening their bonds and filling their lives with joy. And oh Lord, we give thanks for the diverse individuals represented in this room, each bringing their unique gifts, experiences, and perspectives to the table. Grant us the grace to listen sincerely and respectfully to one another, recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every voice. And oh Lord, we lift up our students, the lifeblood of our institutions, who come to us seeking knowledge, wisdom, and a brighter future. Give them the courage to dream big and the perseverance to overcome obstacles. And may they find a place of learning on our campuses and a home where they are valued, supported, and empowered to reach their full potential. And Father God, bless our faculty and staff whose dedication and passion form the bedrock of our academic communities. Grant them inspiration in their teaching, creativity in their research, and compassion in their interactions with our university communities. And may they serve as mentors, guides, and role models, instilling in our students a love of learning and a commitment to excellence. And as we face the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, may we be guided by your light and your truth. And may we find solace in your presence and strength in your promises. And we offer this prayer in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Trustee Lucky and Dr. Thompson. We begin this meeting by wishing Trustee Cunningham happy birthday. Thank you for joining us on this special day.
I was gonna give him 40.
On behalf of the IHL Board, I'd like to welcome not trustee, but Dr. Tracy Cook for his first meeting as the president of Alcorn State University. I'd like to also welcome our Student Government Association presidents. Please stand, go to the mic next to the wall and give us your name, your position, title, and the university in which you represent.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Sarah Alston Welch, and I represent the University of Mississippi as the former student body president. Good morning. My name is Hannah Watts, and I'm the incoming ASB president for the University of Mississippi.
Good morning. My name is Haley Rooks, and I'm the outgoing SJ president, Delta State.
Good morning. My name is Hayden Kirkhart, and I'm the incoming student body president of Delta State.
Good morning. I am Jemiah Peoples. I am the incoming SGA president for Mississippi Valley State University.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jordan Book. I am the outgoing SGA president at Alcorn State University. Good morning, everyone. My name is Christian Bryant, and I am the incoming president at Alcorn State University.
Good morning. My name is Ellie Herndon, and I'm the former student body president at Mississippi State University.
Good morning. My name is Carson McFatridge, and I'm the incoming president at Mississippi State University.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jonathan Jenkins, and I'm the former president, our student body president at the University of Southern Mississippi.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Braxton Ruddick, and I'm the incoming Student Government Association president for the University of Southern Mississippi.
Good morning, everyone. I am Caleb Pickens, and I am the incoming SGA president at Jackson State University.
Good morning, everybody, and I am Jason Johnson. I am the outgoing president at Jackson State University.
Thank you all. Thank you all for joining us today. Has everyone reviewed the minutes of the March 21st, 2024 board meeting? Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
I move.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the consent agendas. Are there any items that need to be moved to the regular agenda? Is there a motion to?
Mr. President.
Okay.
I've thought about, Tommy and I talked about pulling the whole consent agenda and taking them item one by one. I don't know if we'd have enough votes for that, but.
We were gonna meet till Friday.
Trying to stretch this thing out a little bit, you know?
I have to consult our attorney and see if that's illegal.
Is that an extra $40?
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
Is that, okay, second, okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Academic affairs, trustee Hal Parker.
Before we begin the academic affairs matters, we'll pull two items from the agenda today so that we might have a more full discussion at a later date concerning them. And they are the Academic Affairs Mississippi State University proposed unit for the School of Nursing and the Academic Affairs Mississippi State University proposed unit for the School of Health Professions.
Is there any question on the board? Okay. If there's no question, then that item will be pulled.
Dr. Presswood will present the remaining items for recommendation for the board's consideration.
Thank you, Trustee Parker. Mississippi University for Women is requesting the creation of the Women's College to be housed in academic affairs. This unit will not house any academic degree programs. The Women's College will offer an empowering experience to students by helping them make sense of the dynamics that shape women's lives and professional opportunities, showcasing women's excellence and leadership in the past and present, and giving them the skills and professional experiences that will help them forge their own paths. The 5-year cost of implementation is $560,000. Board staff recommends approval of this item.
You heard the recommendation. I'll make a motion to approve this item.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next.
Second on the agenda, we have requests to add new institutes and centers from Mississippi State and University of Mississippi. Mississippi State University requests the creation of the Data Science Academic Institute. This extensive scope and outreach center is being established to promote the study of application of data science across all academic disciplines and research initiatives at Mississippi State. The new unit is designed to respond to the increasing demand for proficient data science professionals and will enhance Mississippi State's reputation as a leader within the Southeastern Conference's AI Data Science Consortium, drawing undergraduate and graduate students from within the state and around the globe. The anticipated annual cost is $1.85 million, and funding will be provided by the Office of the Provost and Executive Vice President. The University of Mississippi requests the creation of the Center for Nanobio Interactions. Founded by researchers at the University of Mississippi, the Nanobio and Immunoengineering Consortium has established an interdisciplinary, multi-institutional biotechnology hub focused on transforming the biomedical landscape in Mississippi via integrated research and industrial partnerships. The consortium recently submitted a $7 million NSF E-RISE R2 proposal to build research capacity in Mississippi to be nationally competitive for large-scale federal grants focused on addressing the health disparities affecting the Mississippi populace. Additionally, the University of Mississippi was recently awarded a $2 million state appropriation to invest in critical biotech research instrumentation, which is now housed in 2 instrumentation suites on the university's campus. The creation of the proposed center will provide the needed administrative support structure to sustain and grow the state-of-the-art research suites at the University of Mississippi into user-focused core facilities intended to give researchers access to high-dollar instrumentation that is beyond the scope of support of individual labs, provide the necessary infrastructure to perform cutting-edge research projects at the university and across the NIEC research network, and enable researchers to develop their biomaterials from initial physicochemical characterization all the way through to preclinical efficacy testing. The anticipated annual cost of this extensive scope and outreach center is $450,000, and funding will be provided by extramural grants and user fees. Board staff recommends approval of these items.
You've heard the recommendation. I make a motion to approve this item.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, nays? Motion carries.
Third on the agenda, we have several requests to add new academic degree programs. Alcorn State University requests the creation of the STEM Master of Business Administration to be housed in the School of Business. The 30-hour STEM MBA program aims to develop business leaders who can apply analytical thinking, technological expertise, and entrepreneurial mindset to drive innovation. Graduates will be prepared to excel in STEM-focused professions in fields like technology, healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and consulting. The program will have concentrations in AI for business, healthcare systems management, data analytics, and accounting. The program will seek accreditation from the Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs. There are no institutions offering similar degree programs in the state. This degree program will lead to occupations such as project management consultants, data science and analytics managers, IT project managers, with a pay ranging from $80,000 to $150,000. Mississippi State University requests the creation of the Bachelor of Applied Science in Cybersecurity to be housed in Computer Science and Engineering. This 120-hour degree program is specifically designed for students holding AAS degrees in a computer science-related field. The AAS degree is a 2-year career technical education degree program offered at the community colleges. A 2019 study from Burning Glass Technologies found that 88% of cybersecurity job postings specifically request a bachelor's degree or higher. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a 35% growth rate for information security analysts from 2021 to 2031. There are an estimated 56,500 jobs expected to open during that time, having a median salary of $102,000 and an unemployment rate of 0.8% nationwide. Mississippi State University requests the creation of the Master of Applied Data Science to be housed in the Division of Academic Affairs. Mississippi State currently offers a Master of Science in Data Science that is geared toward traditional academic goals for those who are interested in learning the principles and basic knowledge of fields that support data science. This new 30-hour degree program will address the growing demand for a graduate degree program that provides an applied approach to data science and is oriented towards working professionals. The Master of Applied Data Science program focuses more on the applied side of data science, which is the aspect of data science that is in highest demand by working professionals. There are no institutions in Mississippi offering similar programs. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the rise of demand for data science expertise will create roughly 11.5 million jobs by 2026. A recent study conducted by LinkedIn reports that data science experts earn an average annual salary between $78,000 and $150,000. Within the Bureau of Labor Statistics occupational categories, 2 occupations in particular relate to the proposed degree: data science and business intelligence analyst. Both have a median salary of $103,000. Mississippi State University requests the creation of the Master of Arts in Teaching Elementary Level Alternate Route to be housed on the Meridian Division of Education. This 36-hour degree program will be an alternate route licensure program at the graduate level designed for those who wish to prepare for a career as an elementary teacher in grades K through 6. Delta State, Jackson State, and Southern Miss offer similar programs. Currently, 103 school districts in Mississippi are identified as geographical critical shortage areas. While the overall employment of elementary school teachers is projected by the Labor of Statistics to show little or no change from 2022 to 2032, about 109,000 openings are projected each year on average over the next 10 years. The Economic Policy Institute projects a demand of about 300,000 new teachers nationwide and a supply of just over 100,000 trained teachers by 2024. The critical shortage in Mississippi exacerbates this demand. The Brookings Institute has identified programs based on a residency model, such as the MAT ELAR, which is this program, as a promising practice for addressing the demand for highly competent teachers. Students can expect a minimum salary of $43,000 per year as a AA certified teacher in Mississippi. Local school districts may add a salary supplement to this base salary. Mississippi State requests the creation of the Master of Science in Engineering to be housed in the Bagley College of Engineering. This 30 to 33-hour program will require an undergraduate engineering degree for admission to the program. Students will be allowed to build their own master's degree with planned concentration areas. This program will provide students with flexibility in tailoring programs of study to support their career development and aspiration goals. As jobs become more cross-disciplinary, it is necessary to provide students with the opportunity to learn skills in various disciplines within and outside of engineering. This program will be offered on both the Starkville and online campuses. There are no institutions in Mississippi offering similar degrees. The need for this degree was realized after discussing with the graduate coordinators in the proposed concentration areas and areas where Mississippi State could fill gaps in degree offerings. This faculty-led approach allowed Mississippi State to begin working on a program proposal that could fill current and future needs. Occupational employment and wages as of May 2022 from the Bureau of Labor Statistics for engineers in all other categories indicated that there were over 150,000 people employed in these positions with an annual average salary of $111,000. The University of Mississippi requests the creation of the Bachelor of Science in Political Science to be housed in the Department of Political Science. This 120-hour degree program will be a more technical and quantitative degree than the currently offered Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. The BS degree will require additional courses in math and quantitative analysis. Southern Miss and Mississippi College offer similar degree programs. Graduates with a BS in Political Science are positioned to enter a wide range of career paths. We expect to see a continued flow of graduates into law school and politics. We also expect to see more students interested in graduate school to opt for the BS path. Additionally, the skills of the degree are common to marketing and survey work, as well as business and management more generally. The paths followed by the BS graduates are not likely to be completely different than those followed by the BA graduates, but will be more skewed towards jobs that require or reward analytical skills. The University of Mississippi requests the creation of the Bachelor of Science in Psychology to be housed in the Department of Psychology. This 120-hour degree program will be a more technical and quantitative degree than the currently offered Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. The BS degree will require students to learn the scientific approach to the study of human and animal behavior, engage in experiential learning, and practice using statistical tools. Alcorn, Jackson State, and Southern Miss offer a BA degree in psychology. Mississippi State and Mississippi University for Women offer both a BA and a BS in psychology. Board staff recommends approval of these items.
I make a motion to approve these items.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
This concludes academic affairs.
Thank you, trustee Parker. We next move to financial affairs. Trustee Duff.
Thank you, trustee McNair. We have 6 items on our regular agenda. These include a bond resolution from the University of Southern Mississippi, a software agreement from the University of Mississippi, 2 agreements from UMMC, and 2 agreements coming from the system office. John, at this time, would you please handle the specifics of these items?
Yes. Item number 1 is request from the University of Southern Mississippi to issue a bond resolution in the amount of $70 million. You should have at your desk a copy of the PowerPoint for this item, which has a summary. And then the financial advisor's report is also at your desk. Of the $70 million offering, $35 million will be used to fund renovations of Reed Green Coliseum. The board reviewed the financial advisor's report for this $35 million portion in November of 2023 and approved the first approval of that item. The remaining $35 million is new to the resolution. This will be used to refund Series 2013 and Series 2015A. According to the financial advisor's report dated April 16th, 2024, there is an estimated $615,000 in net present value savings, or 2% of the outstanding value. Board staff recommends that the university does not move forward with this refunding unless the minimum net present value savings reaches 3%. The anticipated rates as of April 16th were 3.5%. If it's okay, we'll move to item number 2.
Let's move on to item number 2. It's very similar.
Item number 2 is a request from the University of Mississippi to enter into a software subscription agreement with Ellucian. Ellucian will be the financial and student software management program for the university. The current provider software program will useful life will end at December of 2027. Therefore, a new software system should be in place prior to this date. Elution will provide both software and training for the operating of the system. The term of the agreement is for 10 years at an estimated cost of $39 million. The vendor was selected with the assistance of a third party, Campus Works. A request for proposal was issued, which was reviewed by a 61-member evaluation committee and 68 subject matter experts. 4 vendors responded, and Elution was selected. The agreement can be terminated due to availability of funds. Legal staff has reviewed items number 1 and 2 for compliance with the applicable law and finds them to be acceptable. Board staff recommends approval of items number 1 and 2.
Thank you, John. On item number 2, this software is a SAP, and they're eliminating their program in 2027. We're going to go with Banner, which is really Elution. And the only school that is not on that now would be the University of Southern Mississippi. UMMC, of course, has Epic to run theirs, but we have consolidated. And I think that's a good thing for better pricing and consistency throughout the system. So you've heard the recommendations from the board staff. I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve items number 1 and item number 2.
You've heard the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Bridget, let the records reflect that trustee Ogletree is recusing himself for discussing or voting on item 3 through 5 on the financial regular agenda.
I'd like to recommend at this time, trustee McNair, that we take items 3 through 5 as a group.
Item number 3 is a request from the University of Mississippi Medical Center to enter into a purchase agreement with Cardinal Health 105. The purpose of the agreement is to purchase cell therapy products used to assist patients' immune system to destroy cancer cells. The term of this agreement is for 5 years at an estimated cost of $5 million. These products are exempt under Mississippi Code, and the agreement can be terminated with 30 days' notice. Item number 4 is a request from the system office to enter into a consulting agreement with Periscope Holdings. Periscope Holdings will provide consulting services to IHL institutions for their procurement processes. The focus of the services provided will be to review and provide guidance for policies, practices to come in compliance with Board Policy 707.01, which includes compliance with state laws, board policies, and required legal reviews. The term of the agreement will be for 1 year at an estimated cost of $350,000. The agreement can be terminated with 10 days' notice. Item number 5 is a request from the University of Mississippi Medical Center to amend a pharmacy distribution agreement with Morrison-Dixon Company. The purpose of the amendment is to extend the term. Morrison-Dixon provides wholesale pharmacy distribution services for UMMC at discounted rates while ensuring a constant supply of pharmaceutical products. The amendment will add 6 months to the agreement, and the cost remains unchanged at $800 million. The agreement can be terminated with 30 days' notice. Legal staff has reviewed items 3 through 5 for compliance with applicable law and finds them to be acceptable, and board staff recommends approval of items number 3 through 5.
Thank you, John. Item number 4 is a system request, mostly to help the regional universities. When we adopted our procurement policy about a year ago, we're still trying to make sure we're following the rules exactly. And I think this will be a good process for each individual institution to use for making sure our procurement is correct. And on item number 5, 800 million barely got on the agenda, but it did. You've heard the recommendations from the board staff. I make a motion to approve items 3 and 5.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Item carries. Motion carries. Bridget, let the record reflect that trustee Martin is recusing himself from discussing or voting on item 6 on the regular financial agenda. Trustee Martin is leaving. But Bridget will let you know when you can return to the meeting. Thank you. Right, you can proceed.
Item number 6 is a request from the system office with United Healthcare Student Resources to renew a student health insurance policy. This policy offers an insurance option for students to purchase or for the university to purchase purchase insurance for certain classes of student workers. The goal of the agreement is to provide lower premiums for students while maintaining insurance coverage required by the Affordable Care Act. The annual premium will cost $2,300 per student per year. At an estimated enrollment of 350 participants, the cost of the total annual premiums will be $6.9 million. United Healthcare was selected through a request for proposals in 2023, and United Healthcare provided the lowest quoted premium. Legal staff has reviewed item number 6 for compliance with the applicable law and finds it to be acceptable, and board staff recommends approval of item number 6.
Thank you, John. You remember about 2 years ago, we standardized the different universities' programs for medical insurance, particularly for the graduate students. And back then, the quotes were between $3,400 and $3,900. So this is still a significant savings. And we're very pleased that it's a system process. You've heard the recommendation from the board staff. I make a motion to approve item number 6.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you, John. This concludes the finance agenda.
Thank you, Trustee Duff. Bridget, please ask Trustee Morton to return to the meeting. Next is our real estate agenda. Bridget, let the records reflect that Trustee Ogletree is recusing himself from discussing or voting on item 1 on the real estate regular agenda. Trustee Ogletree, leaving the room. Bridget will let you know when you return. Trustee Morton, you can proceed.
Thank you, Trustee Morgan. The one item on the real estate regular agenda is from the University of Mississippi, requesting approval to enter into an energy savings performance contract with Train for Phase 4. In accordance with the Mississippi Code Section 31714, University of Mississippi is seeking approval to initiate a 4th phase of a multi-phase energy savings performance contract with Train to upgrade and replace house lighting in the Gertrude Ford Center for Performing Arts. The project will replace 245 existing specialty house lighting fixtures in the main performance hall and studio theater with new LED lighting fixtures to match the current design and lumen output. The proposed $349,000 scope of lighting improvements will yield a guaranteed annual average energy cost savings of $17,081 with a 20-year cumulative energy cost savings of $341,630. The project will also yield a guaranteed annual average operational cost savings of $6,942 with a 20-year cumulative operational cost savings of $138,839. Combined, the 20-year cumulative total guaranteed cost savings is $480,469. The Attorney General's office has reviewed this for compliance with law and found it to be acceptable, and board staff recommends approval of this item.
You have heard the recommendation, and I'll make a motion on item number 1.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
This concludes the real estate agenda item, but I'd like to make a comment if I could. Board Policy 903B requires that each university prepare and submit an annual request for capital improvements, repair and renovation each year, as most of you know, because you've been to some of these meetings. And this has to happen prior to submission to the legislature in January. As a part of this process, the Department of Finance and Administration, the Chief Executive Officer, and others are involved in this. The Legislative Budget Office, legislators, and of course the IHL Real Estate Committee, which includes all 12 of the board members. We would like, as a working group, we have an IHL working group, and we'd like to strongly recommend that every board member pick one of these or two of them and attend them to maintain the kind of relationship we want with the Department of Finance and Administration, which is a huge relationship for us in capital improvements. Obviously, elbow staff and legislators, and even to the extent that some of us have recommended our own legislators attend these. And in every occasion, we get comments about trustees participating and how much they appreciate it. So we encourage you to consider that. Look at the calendar. They start in May and end in August, so they're stretched out over a 4-month period, essentially. And it is hundreds of millions of dollars annually in federal and state and private funds. So it's very important for these people on the front row and most of the people in the audience, and it's really important to us. And I'd appreciate y'all taking that into consideration, looking at that calendar.
Thank you for those
Mr.
comments,
President.
Trustee Morgan. We next move to the,
Let me make one comment. I appreciate the work of Trustee Morgan, Rader, and Hubbard on this. I know it is a lot of work and it's on top of what they're already doing, and it is very important to us. Thank you for that.
thank you.
Thank you, Chip.
We next move to the legal agenda, Trustee Ogletree.
There is only one item that's on the legal regular agenda, and it does consist of litigation claim settlement. And because it's a litigation matter, we'll need a motion at this time in order to move it down the agenda to be taken up later in executive session.
Second. A second. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Trustee Ogletree. Next is the information agenda. Commissioner Rankin.
Thank you, President McNair. Before I move into the information agenda, I do want to take the opportunity to recognize another guest we have today. This morning, we have the First Lady of Alcorn State University, Dr. Crystal Cook here. Dr. Cook, will you stand up and be recognized? Do any trustees have any questions regarding items on the information agenda? Thank you, President McNair.
Thank you, Commissioner Rankin. Are there any additional agenda items to be considered? Is there any other business to be considered? Our next meeting will be May the 16th, 2024. Okay, so we are ready to hear from the IEOs. Where's Dr. Cook from Alcorn State?
Good morning, Chairman, other trustees, Commissioner, board staff, my colleagues, visitors. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share some good news on behalf of Alcorn State University. I want to pause and I want to thank you for your vote of confidence. We're going to face the challenges head on, and we're going to honor our achievements. Thank you, Commissioner Rankins, for acknowledging a special person, and that's my wife, Dr. Crystal Cook. You know, it's an old slogan, say, a happy wife, a happy home. So yeah, I want to make sure I acknowledge her today. But from the Attorney General, Lynn Finch, welcome Alcorn State University as a new partner for One Pill Can Kill, a public awareness campaign to educate, support, and empower Mississippians with information on the danger of fentanyl, how to identify it, what to do if a student or friend is overdosed. As part of this initiative, Attorney General Office will provide prevention kits, which include 2 test strips, a pair of gloves for safety, a safe drug disposable bag, and a pill identification card that identify whether the drug is legit. The kit will be available to colleges, universities, law enforcement centers, community mental health centers, and other community groups. The United States Department of Agriculture, through its National Institute for Food and Agriculture, awarded Alcorn State University over $100 million for capacity building efforts relating to research and programming needs. The U.S. Department of Agriculture awarded $33 million to support the efforts of 19 historical Black colleges and universities. The investment will support 82 research, extension, educational programs across the United States designed as part of the NIFA 1890 Capacity Building Grant Program for America's 1890 land grant universities. Alcorn State University School of Nursing jumped 52 spots to secure the 77th spot in U.S. News and World Report on the 2024 Best Online Nursing Program. Last year, the school was ranked 129. A new era in innovation and partnership is on the horizon at Alcorn State University as we celebrate the grand opening of the Mississippi Center for Innovation and Technology, which is known as the M-City. We seek to create a dynamic ecosystem, promoting job creations, attract new industries, and stimulate the economic growth. The Alcorn State University Foundation kick off its 50th anniversary with a gala on April the 12th to support students in the Alcorn community. The fundraising goal of this event was $300,000, and we raised $350 and still counting. These funds will be used to support student scholarship, faculty research, and facility improvement at Alcorn. We secured the 3rd spot in Cluster 2 and Home Depot Retool Your School contest. This achievement reflects the dedication of Alcorn students, faculty, staff, and alumni. Winning this award comes with an $80,000 grant, which we use to revitalize, reinvent our lounge area in the student union, in the SGA office, and workspace. The National Society of Leadership Success chapter at Alcorn State University focus on impactful leadership program that assists students in achieving personal growth and success to aid in making a positive impact on their community. The chapter was recently recognized for accomplishing the Order of Sigma Award, the Pillar Program highest honor. This chapter also has grown to 2,438 members, making it the largest honor society on campus. Dr. Linda Ghali, a professor of nursing and director of the Center of Accreditation Assessment, Compliance and Evaluation Management in the School of Nursing, has been elected as Commissioner of the Board of Commissioners for Accreditation Commissions for Education and Nursing. Ghali will serve a 3-year term on a 17-member board responsible for accreditation at all levels of nursing, education, and transition to practice program. Maxine Greenleaf, Associate Vice President of Marketing and Communication at Alcorn, was selected as a member of the Leadership Greater Jackson Board of Directors. She will play a valid role in guiding strategic initiative and shaping programs. Her term also will be 3 years. Alumni, Tangela Parker, an award-winning global marketing executive. She joined an elite group of female C-suite leaders when President Joe Biden awarded her the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. The annual award honors a select few who exhibit outstanding character, work ethics, and dedication to their community. This award is the highest honor in the President Volunteer Service Award. The Alcorn State University National Alumni Association hosts its 47th Midwinter Conference, which was held March the 14th through the 17th, 2024. There were over 600 registered alumni and about 200 non-registered. So I survived that event. And yeah, finally, I would like to bring forth my outgoing SGA president. I want to commend her for a job well done. She kept the student body focused, and she would like to offer a couple words to the Board of Trustees. President Jordan Buck.
And also, once again, I am Jordan Book. I am the outgoing SJ president at Alcorn State University. And I would just like to thank the board for your dedication, for your support. I have truly enjoyed every meeting that I have attended. I think I've attended every single one. But I've truly enjoyed it. Also, I come here every month, but I'm just one person. So I truly thank you all for coming to Alcorn State University and doing the presidential listening session. We truly enjoyed it. I also want to just thank you for listening to the students, the faculty, the staff, also the Alcorn community. Also, I would like to congratulate or just give my well wishes on the 4 trustees that will be leaving. I wish you well, and thank you all for your support.
Thank you, Chairman, for allowing me to share some good news on behalf of Alcorn State University.
Thank both of you very well. We'll move on to President Ennis, Delta State University.
Good morning, trustees and commissioner and staff IHL. We bring you greetings and good news from Delta State University. I wanted to start with saying a special thank you to those, both from the staff and everyone in this room who supported us. This was our SACS reaffirmation week, so the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools has been on my campus doing their site visit. This is our final big step for our reaccreditation. I did get some initial feedback this morning before I came over here. It's been a positive experience for us, and I very much appreciate all the staff work. As you all know, they ask a lot of questions. They want a lot of documentation. Some of it was ours, and some of it was larger IHL questions. And I want to particularly be thankful to the trustees, Trustee Morgan and Trustee Hubbard, who actually met with the SAC group last week. So related to that, we're pleased that while the full SACS report is not public yet, they're finalizing it. They did give me permission to note that our quality enhancement plan has been approved. And that's a big deal for us. We had a joint faculty, student, staff committee work for this for almost a year. And so I'm pleased to announce Ask the Okra. And Ask the Okra is a concierge service in which we will roll out, and we're training for it now. And it's a pretty exciting initiative. We are going to combine basically all the hotlines and question areas and all the databases with operational information for our students in one place. We're going to give our students a one-stop shop for everything from what's the menu in the cafeteria to how do I drop a class to how do I apply for a job. We're very excited because we're going to use iterative AI technology to build a learning database that anticipates questions. And while it'll be a live concierge operation for most of the day, we will keep it going 24/7 using software and using the ability to pull from a database of frequently asked questions. Of course, lots of universities have FAQs all over the place, but we're going to combine them into a one space, and we're going to just educate our students and our parents and our stakeholders. If you want to know what's going on at Delta State in any aspect, athletic, academic, student affairs, alumni affairs, just ask the Okra. So we're very excited that that has been approved, and we think it's going to make a big difference in the quality of our student experience. Secondly, we were pleased to hear from the Gulf South Conference that one of our own, Josh Bright, has been named to the Gulf South Conference Hall of Fame. You know, Delta State has 14 national championships in athletics, and you know, they're all precious to us. They're like our children. You know, some IEOs have 0 or 1 or 2, and you know, you'll get there. But with 14, one of the most celebrated ones is the 2000 football championship, Division II. And Mr. Bright was the quarterback on the national championship of the year 2000, and he represents Delta State well past his academic career. I got a chance to meet him this fall. So a wonderful man, a great ambassador for Delta State, and we're very proud that he becomes the 7th person to join the Gulf South Hall of Fame. So very excited for Mr. Bright and for a reminder of a great time in Delta State's history. Lastly, I certainly do recognize time. I actually have amended my list. I have a list of great accomplishments by our students and by our faculty, but I'm just going to combine them into this story because I think it represents Delta State the best in the time I have. About a week ago, right outside of Cleveland in Marigold, there was an explosion at Hayes Cooper Elementary. That's a K-6 magnet school that serves the entire school district in our part of Bolivar County. And there was a gas explosion. 2 teachers were injured. The hand of providence was there because the students were not yet in that part of the school. They were in the school, but it was in the morning and they had not yet gone to that room. The two teachers came down to Jackson for medical care and they're going to be okay. But the school was evacuated. And of course, it's not usable for the rest of the year. And I want to compliment our SGA president over there, Ms. Rooks, because I called the superintendent and said, what can we do? And the entire university rallied around that school in the district. We're now housing 327 elementary school students on Delta State's campus. We picked up and lifted most of our College of Education classes, moved them to other classrooms. Our faculty stepped up, our staff stepped up, and our students, we were so lucky because they had scheduled our green and white volunteer weekend that weekend. So they were already prepared to go out into the community and do cleanups and do all kinds of service projects. Ms. Rooks and her executive board of the SGA diverted those volunteers to help move an entire elementary school in 72 hours. And we opened classes on Tuesday. Our football team and our mascots were there to greet the students. Our faculty and staff rolled out, and we are doing what we can to help those students feel comfortable, welcome, and part of the Delta State family. And I had an alum say that they'd never been prouder of Delta State, and I've only been at Delta State a short time, but I'm sure this will be a highlight of my career at Delta State, is that we were able to reach out and be available to our friends and family. And if anybody ever doubts how important regional universities are, this is a good example of why they're necessary, important, and why communities need them. So that's my report from Delta State. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Ennis. We move on to Jackson State, President Thompson.
Thank you, Dr. McNair, and I'm grateful today to have the opportunity to share some of the great news about Jackson State University that continues to be a distinguished urban research institution of higher education that challenges minds and transforms lives. We are preparing to host the Mandela Washington Fellowship for a third consecutive year in mid-June, and we will host 25 of Africa's best and brightest emerging business leaders for a 6-week Business Leadership Institute sponsored by the U.S. Department of State. And our emerging leaders are entrepreneurs and business executives provided with exposure to the top industry leaders of our state. And the opportunities during the experience result in sustained engagement of business expansion and partnerships. So hosting this fellowship not only reflects the global reach and significance of Jackson State University, but also underscores our commitment to fostering international partnerships and promoting cross-cultural understanding. We're also very proud of our School of Social Work. The U.S. News and World Report released their 2024 Best Graduate Schools rankings, and their findings shows our School of Social Work is in the top 45%, making it number 142 on the list of 319 social work programs accredited by the Council on Social Work Education Board of Accreditation. And according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the field of social work is growing at a rate of 16% over the next decade. So we're excited about that. And we were also excited last Thursday, we hosted our first monthly professional mixer called Friends After 5. This event allows students to mingle with industry, government, and community leaders in the hope of gaining jobs, mentorship, or collaborative opportunities. And one of the key reasons for me is to keep our students here working in Mississippi after they graduate. Executive Director Robert Hill founded this event in Tennessee after he retired in Shelby County government, and about 100 students attended this event, and Governor Haley Barbour was one of our hosts for this event as well. And those students were able to collaborate with professors, entrepreneurs, business leaders, and community members from various backgrounds. And even Alwyn Lucky came and supported as well on behalf of Trustee Lucky. So we're grateful for that time, and we will plan to host this event on our campus every month to give our students an opportunity to connect with leaders with hopes of keeping them working here in Mississippi upon completion at Jackson State. During March Madness, the Complete College America organization evaluated colleges in both the men's and women's brackets. And because we made it to the platform, we were evaluated with our other 63 counterparts in College Complete. And we were the champions of the bracket this year. The organization evaluated on-time graduation data, Pell eligible students, and affordability measures. And this designation is a reminder that we are hard at work to produce professionals for Mississippi and the nation. And I'm also proud to report that JSU senior finance major Brian McKinney was selected as the 2024 Orrin H. Swayze Scholar by the Mississippi Bankers Association, Education Foundation, and the Mississippi Young Bankers section of the MBA. McKinney was chosen from numerous Mississippi applicants to receive this scholarship, which is given annually to Mississippi's most outstanding banking and finance students. And McKinney is scheduled to graduate this May and plans to pursue a career in wealth management while volunteering his time to provide free financial education to his community. And as far as research excellence goes, in research news, our Division of Research and Economic Development recognized researchers from each academic discipline during an Oscar-style awards program last Friday on campus. Surprise winners of more than a dozen categories were announced during a blue carpet Research Excellence Awards luncheon, and winners were selected based on top dollar amounts received in grants and contracts for their research projects. Faculty and staff were honored in several categories, and the top honors went to Dr. Jerzy Legінська, ranked as one of the best scientists in chemistry and key driver in the work we're doing in high-performance computing. And we were pleased to also host the Mississippi High Performance Computing Conference with Mississippi State in late March, and we're proud of that partnership, working with one of our sister institutions. We were fortunate to hold it on our campus and excited that it brought the best minds in Mississippi to plot next directions in field and provide employment opportunities to our students. We showcased experts in our field that note the importance of our state and note that we must continue to offer these credentials that have tremendous value and will elevate economic development in our state. And I'm certainly proud of the research our faculty and staff and students are doing at Jackson State, and I look forward to the continued elevation of their work. And I also want to commend Jason Johnson, our SGA president, for his remarkable efforts to lead across the year, and I'm grateful to him for the work that he has done across this year to help keep our students moving forward. And lastly, I'm happy to report that our very own JSU women's basketball player, Angel Jackson, was selected 36 overall by the Las Vegas Aces in the third round of the 2024 WNBA draft on Monday night. We're extremely excited for Angel and what she will continue to accomplish in the future and how she represented us so well over the past few years as a Jackson State Tiger. Ms. President, thank you for the opportunity to share this great news about Jackson State University.
Thank you, President Thompson. We will move on to President Keenum.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, it's been a busy semester for us at Mississippi State and my colleague at Delta State. We also are in our cycle for our SAC-COC reaffirmation of accreditation, and we had our site team visit on campus last week of February. And a lot of work goes into that by so many people across the campus. They look at everything, all your academics, your research, all your service programs, your finances, of course, all your facilities. I mean, it's top to bottom, and it's something that we all go through every decade. And when we had our exit meeting with our site team, they spent 3.5 days with us. Where I see it, it was probably one of the highlights of my career to sit there and listened to this group of people talk about how impressed they were with Mississippi State University and all that we're doing. And, you know, their recommendation, it won't be official until the full Board of Trustees meets and convenes in Austin, Texas in December. But their recommendation is that we have no deficiencies. We're not required to provide any additional reports. The chairman of the site team said that Mississippi State University is a model institution for all the other schools within the SACS footprint. Well, from where I sit, that made me feel very good. But it made me feel so proud of the people at Mississippi State, our faculty, our staff, and everyone, our students, and everyone that makes our university so great. And to have an outside group come in and look at us from top to bottom and say we are doing it the right way, that was very encouraging. Our QEP is something that they were very excited about. It's Bulldog Experience, and it's focused on experiential learning, giving students an opportunity to learn beyond just what they gain in the classroom, but have the connection between the classroom and their learning experiences. And we've worked very hard for this QEP, and again, they were very thrilled and excited about what we're doing. So I just wanted to share that with you. That very same week, it was a good week, by the way. The very same week, I was thrilled to see that Mississippi State University was ranked by Forbes as one of the best large employers in the nation. We made the list of the top 50 in the nation. And these are some of the who's who's of companies and businesses and organizations all across the nation that fit in the category of large employers. There were only 3 universities listed in the Forbes rankings, Notre Dame, then us, and Purdue. And anyway, I just thought we were in very good company of who we were compared to. And it's a reflection, I think, of, again, the people on our campus and how they value their role at Mississippi State, how they value their job and their commitment to serving the state, and that they take great pride in the culture that we have on our campus. And so to see that reflected in this national ranking, that was also something we were very proud of. And then just recently, I was excited to see that my hometown, my native hometown, and also where I reside, Starkville, was listed as the best small town in the South by USA Today. And I think that's, Mississippi State and Starkville are synonymous since the university was first founded in 1878. And we've grown up as a community together. And I think it's reflective of, for all of our campuses, the impact that each of our universities have in our respective communities. We impact directly our communities. And again, to see our hometown of Starkville being recognized for its excellence, for people who live there, reside there, call it home, and are so closely affiliated with us, again, is something for us to take great pride in. Well, I've got a good bit of bragging points about some students on our campus that I'd like to just quickly go through with you. This is award seasons and recognition seasons for students on our campuses. And we were thrilled to see that the Goldwater Scholarship Program, which is our nation's most premier, preeminent scholarship program for students who are excelling in the STEM field. We had 3 Goldwater scholars. David Henson of Guntown, he's a presidential scholar. He's majoring in physics, mathematics, and computer science with minors in statistics and German. Yeah. He's an amazing young man. He plans to pursue a doctoral degree and aspires to be a physics professor at a large public university. Anna Marie Thompson of Trussville, Alabama, well, she's a provost scholar majoring in biomedical engineering with a minor in math. She will seek a doctoral degree and plans to conduct oncology research on brain tumors at a leading research and teaching hospital. Alyssa Williams of Franklin, Tennessee is a biochemistry and psychology double major with a minor in cognitive science. She plans to study cognitive neuroscience during her doctoral program and plans to teach at the university level. Outstanding young people who are going to make a significant difference in the lives of so many people in their future. We're also very pleased to see that we had 3 Fulbright scholars named just recently. Jeannie Baldwin, she will be English. She will be teaching English in Germany during the spring, later the part of this spring. She is a secondary education major concentrating in English education. Hannah Clark will be teaching English in Thailand. She is a graduate student pursuing a Master of Science degree in educational leadership. Valencia Epps will be in South Korea conducting research on her Fulbright scholarship, and she is pursuing a master's degree in elementary education. In addition to the Fulbright scholars, we had a Boren Scholar, Junior Josh Phillips has been awarded the prestigious Boren Scholarships. He plans to study abroad in Oman during the spring of 2025, but he will be also studying Arabic in Jordan this summer. And we also were very pleased to announce that we had a Udall Scholar, Lily Langstaff. She is a wildlife fisheries and aquaculture major who was named the recipient of the very prestigious Udall Scholarship. This focuses on students who have career focus and working in the public sector on addressing issues that affect Native Americans and the environment. So very proud of these young students and their recognition by these very prestigious national scholarship programs. President Ennis, I know that you're pleased with your recognition of your success in national championships. Well, I'm very pleased to announce to all of you, if you haven't already seen or heard, that Mississippi State University has also won yet another national championship this week. The International Public Debate Association's national tournament, Mississippi State University won the national tournament in debate. This was a program that were over 200 colleges and universities, and these are some of the most prestigious who's who universities in the nation competed in debate teams. And our university was named the national champion, and they had their competition on our campus at Mississippi State University. We were the host campus for the national competition for international debate among universities and colleges, and I'm very proud of our team. And speaking of championships, you may have seen that our women's golf team just recently won the Southeastern Conference Championship in Tampa, Florida. And it's our very first Southeastern Conference for our women's golf team, and we're so very proud of them. Coach Charlie Ewing and the work that he's done with our golf team has been just tremendous. Julia Lopez Ramirez, she won the SEC Individual Championship. She is the 4th ranked amateur golfer in the world, and she is outstanding. She is a wonderful student, and we're just so very proud of her and the achievements of our team. We have Super Bulldog weekend going on this weekend. Activities start Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have a 3-game baseball series with Auburn University. Our annual maroon white football game will be on Saturday. It will be Coach Jeff Levy's inaugural debut with our football team. So a lot of excitement will be on campus this weekend. And then commencement, it's hard to believe that our graduation ceremony is upon us. We will begin our graduation ceremonies beginning on May the 8th. We have 5 on-campus ceremonies, and we have 1 ceremony that will be in Meridian. And I welcome all of you to come and attend any or all of these graduation ceremonies as we celebrate the achievements of our outstanding graduates and what they have achieved and what they're about to achieve as they go forward from our university. And I just want to take just a moment, Mr. President, just to say thank you to you, Trustee McNair, Starr, Duff, and Morgan, for your distinguished leadership during your 9-year tenure here on the Board of Trustees. I wish more people understood the role that each of you play and the leadership that you provide for our state, not just to higher education, but for the entire state of Mississippi, and all that you have to do and all the issues that you have to address for each of our institutions, but again, for the entire state. And you do it with integrity. You do it with a commitment to your hard work that it takes to achieve what you do. And you do it in a way that is with grace and respectful of others and with tremendous courage, because it takes a lot of courage to sit where you sit and make the decisions that you make. And I just wanted to say on public record, thank you for your leadership. And it has been a joy to work with each and every one of you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President.
We thank you very much, Dr. Keenum. Thank you extremely. Move next to MUW. Dr. Scott Tullison is sitting in for Ms. Miller.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of President Miller, it is my honor to share some highlights from the work being done at MUW. The W recently hosted a successful SACS on-site visit. Concerted campus efforts allowed the university to have a model visit as stated by the SACS on-site committee chair at the exit briefing. Our quality enhancement plan, Empowering Your Journey, also received high marks. And through this plan, we hope to build stronger relationships and linkages between student learning outcomes and career preparation. Senior Leah Kendry Crabtree will be trading the friendly city of Columbus for the Windy City following her graduation in May as she joins the prestigious Prosthetics and Orthotics Master's Program at Northwestern University in Chicago. This program only admits 48 students per year, and it boasts a rigorous set of eligibility requirements. The W's mock trial team had a successful weekend at regional competition at Mississippi College School of Law in mid-February. Every member of the team who participated as an attorney or witness was ranked on a judge's ballot as a favored attorney or witness, and the team also won ballots and trials against Troy University and Mercer University. 2 students advanced to the semifinal and final rounds at the Mississippi chapter of the National Association of Teachers of Singing Annual Conference and Student Auditions Finals in February. Jerry Brown, a music education major, won 2nd place in older student adults, and Tiffany Jernigan, a music performance major, advanced to the semifinals in advanced classical trebles. The W's founding mothers, Sally Renaud, Olivia Valentine Hastings, and Annie Coleman Payton, were commemorated on campus Thursday, March 28, with a marker unveiling and public history exhibit during Women's History Month. The historical marker, which is being made possible through a partnership between the W and MSMS, was unveiled on Callaway Lawn to the side of the gate leading from College Street to historic Callaway Hall. To commemorate our 140th anniversary, March the 12th, alumni came together dressed in blue and gathered on the steps of the State Capitol building. The W is one of 4 higher education institutions participating in the Tennessee Valley Tri-State LSAMP Alliance. The new alliance is the result of a grant from the National Science Foundation to expand the number of historically underrepresented minority students enrolled in STEM fields. And the W's grant as a member of this alliance will be $400,000. Faculty members Dr. Sasha Dawkins, Dr. Megan Evans, and Deborah Reinwald's scholarship and research were recently published in the spring 2024 issues of the Mississippi RN, a quarterly publication of the Mississippi Nurses Association distributed to 61,000 RNs, APRNs, and LPNs throughout Mississippi. Dawkins, an associate professor of nursing, explained the importance of cultural awareness and how it is a crucial part of nursing today through her article, Cultural Awareness in Nursing Care. Evans, an assistant professor of nursing, demonstrated the use of mock trial scenarios in undergraduate nursing and how they allow participation and exploration in various legal and ethical dilemmas in healthcare. Titled Communication, an essential competency in healthcare, Ron Walt, an instructor of nursing, stated that good communication techniques and skills are necessary components for nurses as well as all healthcare providers. Dr. Mary Helen Ruffin, chair of our Associates Program in Nursing, presented at the 2024 National Nurse Educator Summit, April 7th through 10th. The summit is a leading industry event featuring nursing professionals from across the country who share a passion for education and lifelong learning. The Owls had 4 players, 3 women's, and 1 men's team member selected to the College Sports Communicators 2023-2024 Academic All-District Team. Honored from the Owls, women's basketball team were Conley Langford of Calhoun City, Jazz Patrick of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and Claire Leak of Lamar, while the W men's team was represented by Josh Dukes of Boonville. And we just learned Tuesday afternoon that Conley Langford has been selected as a second-team Academic All-American, the first MUW student athlete since the return of our athletics programs to earn this award. So thank you all again for your service, and thank you for the opportunity to discuss some of the great things going on at the W.
Thank you, Dr. Tolleson, and we appreciate President Miller, who's not here. We'll move on to President Briggs at Mississippi Valley State University.
Good morning, Mr. President, members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to share a few good news items happening at Mississippi Valley State University, where indeed we are still following that 8-word vision of one goal, one team, one valley in motion, in motion. And indeed, we are in motion. And it's happy for me to hear that some of our sister institutions, as they're now going through their reaffirmation process and receiving that good news, we actually went through that process last year. And our reaffirmation was affirmed in last December. And again, that came with no recommendations and no findings whatsoever for improvement. And we're very happy about that because actually very few institutions get to that point. So to have us and now hear some of our sister institutions potentially having that same recognition is extremely important because it does show that here in the state of Mississippi, our institutions are doing outstanding work. So we're very happy to now say that ours was reaffirmed for the next 10 years. But during that process, we also got approval for our prison education program. And we're offering that program now in 2 facilities here in the state. And that's a very vibrant program where we now have over 50 students enrolled at the university. So we're very proud of that accomplishment as well. But one thing that we really are focusing on is understanding the importance of partnerships. And I know we've talked about the very viable partnership in the past that we have with the FedEx Corporation. But recently, we had Ingalls Shipbuilding executives on our campus. And we had this during our engineering week, and we welcomed them, and they met several of our students from our engineering technology department and math and computer science department and had face-to-face engagement. And they left there giving us a check for $30,000 toward more student scholarships. So we're very happy of that partnership now moving forward. Another partnership that we recently are proud of is with SWA Connect to offer the Affordability Connectivity Program, which is a broadband internet program federally. This program offers internet connection and tablets for those students or those families who qualify. And we're happy that we had well over 300 students who now met the criteria and they're receiving those tablets to assure that they have connectivity, not only while they're here on campus, but when they go home for the summer and also to support their families. So again, these partnerships are just examples of when we talk about the university being in motion, we really realize it's important to develop these opportunities. We also participated in the retool your school competition with Home Depot as well. And we finished sixth in that competition, and we won a $50,000 grant that will provide something coming to the campus very shortly. And also, two of our graduate students in our bioinformatics program presented research opportunities at the 79th Joint Annual National Institute of Science and Beta Kappa Xi Conference this past March. Jordan Johnson and Jasmine Redmond placed second and third in those categories, and they both received certificates and cash prizes. So we're very proud of the accomplishments that not only our undergraduate students are having, but also our graduate students. Now, we recently celebrated our Founders Week this past week, culminating 74 years of our history and understanding the importance of Mississippi Valley State University since 1950 to the day. And we were happy to actually have the grandson and great-grandson of our first president, Dr. James Herbert White, back on campus. And actually his grandson, Winthrop Malone, was the keynote speaker for the event. And finally, our outgoing SGA president, Kajanique Ali, who couldn't be with us today because she's student teaching. And she will be receiving her degree in elementary education in the next couple of weeks. We're very proud of that for Kajanique because we all understand the importance of having teachers here in the state. But she recently traveled to Washington, D.C. at the invitation of Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, to celebrate Black History Month. During that event, there was a luncheon and a dinner, and actually Kajanique had an opportunity to serve as one of the speakers for that event. So we're very proud of that accomplishment for her. And you've had an opportunity to meet our incoming SGA president, Jemiah Peoples. Jemiah, we're really looking forward to your continued work and dedication to assure that when we say we keep who first, students first. This is an example, so we're really looking forward to this coming year. So, Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for all the support and the love that you all are providing for Mississippi Valley State University. And indeed, as I said earlier, we will stay in motion. Thank you.
Thank you, President Briggs, and we look forward to you staying in motion. We'll next move to Dr. Boyce.
Appreciate it, Dr. McNair, very much. And I'll start by talking about military rankings. At Ole Miss, we make it a priority to consider it a privilege to serve our military. We have over 1,900 military veterans right now at our university, and just recently, the Military Friendly Advisory Council ranked Ole Miss 8th nationally for care of veterans and active military members, which for us was an all-time high by this group. First time we placed in the top 10, and that's in addition to our number 5 national ranking given to us by Military Times. So we're always very, very proud of our veterans and what we do for them. We recently had a giving day, and the giving day raised significantly more money than we've ever raised before, all the way from our students to our alumni to faculty and staff contributed. And it was an exciting 2-day period where 3,167 gifts were given over a 2-day period, and that was exciting. Talk about vibrant campuses. We all have them up and down this row, but I just give you a taste of last Saturday at Ole Miss. We had Junior Preview Day where we had 3,700 prospective juniors and their family members come visit Ole Miss, and it got to be so big that we finally had to shut it off. We had to turn away an awful lot of families and juniors because of the demand, and we just didn't have enough of our students who do most of the work that day to take care of these individuals to take that many around. Well, at the same time, we had Mississippi Day going on, which was a brainchild of Dr. Wilkin behind me there, and it's a public celebration of our university, and all of our 75 academic units come out. They showcase research, interactive exhibits, and have a lot of fun, have all these engaging activities. It's like a huge carnival going on up there at Ole Miss, and you put those two together, that's wonderful. But we also had the Grove Bowl that day as well, and we had a very unique Grove Bowl, if anybody followed any of this, and there was no actual football played at our Grove Bowl. It was a different type of an experiment, of course, and they played 7-on-7 football. They had a dunk contest. They had a tug of war. But probably the highlight of it all is they had a hot dog eating contest, and Joey Chestnut was there. And so you got points by, you got teams and you had rankings. You got points by all these different activities. But for Joey Chestnut, you got points by determining how many hot dogs that Joey could eat in a certain period of time. And that's how you added up points. And our starting quarterback, who's an amazing young man and everything, was not pleased about the points his team was given because he could not believe that Joey could eat that many hot dogs in a 90-second period. So there's our Grow Bowl. But as if that wasn't enough, we had State Ole Miss baseball that night, a standing room crowd only, that went almost into Sunday. And I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, on that given day, and this is not unusual in Oxford, on that given day, there were no hotel rooms and there were no restaurant reservations. And I can promise you there was no parking any place within 20 miles of the place. So, but those are the type of vibrancies that your universities have. And we were excited. It was a fun day. As far as rankings go and all that good stuff, honestly, you have college rankings that come out from magazine after magazine, and you rank sometimes different criteria, and you always have to know what the criteria is to get apples to apples comparison. That's a challenge sometimes, but the bottom line is one of the things I've been impressed with is that our university rankings continue to grow and climb, and Nietzsche and different places have us in the top 50 public universities in America. Almost consistently. And what I look at very carefully is where am I in competition to my SEC brethren. And when we can land in the top half of our SEC and up in that area, we get very, very excited because we are an open access university. We are an open access system. And by the way, I applaud this board and everybody who's come before you and everybody who will come after you that will keep us as an open access system for our students and for our families in Mississippi. So when you're competing against universities who have, highly selective criteria, okay, it gets tough to get up those ranking ladders and things of that nature. Well, that's the quality and the caliber of students and faculty we have at this university and what's going on. So we're excited about that. Like Mark said, we've got 2 Goldwater students who are named Goldwater Scholars. Very, very proud of them. George Taylor from South Haven and Lyle Tobin from Montgomery, Texas. And we've had 26 total Goldwater Scholars. And then we also had a Truman Scholar again this year, and that was wonderful. Christian Boudreau from Oxford. And I had the honor of calling these students and so on. And well, Christian got the shock of his life because we were Zooming. And I think Christian thought he had done something wrong because Christian was in Tanzania. And he either had just gotten to bed or just gotten up, one or the other. Because Christian looked a little sleepy-eyed, but we were very, very excited. It's our 20th Truman Scholar. And just to say to you about service and people who do wonderful things, Christian was over there serving and won't be back till this summer. So pretty special young man without question. So one of the things I'm really, really excited about and would like to tell you about is the First Generation Honor Society. We inducted more than 100 students, faculty, and staff into Alpha Alpha Alpha, which is the nation's only honor society to honor first-generation students. And our chapter was established this academic year. I believe it may be the first in Mississippi. And it's a distinction we celebrate because we uphold our access mission and it reflects our commitment to serving students whose families are new to higher education. So, and I thank to all my faculty and staff who work hard to ensure that these students are supported, and certainly congratulate this first class of inductees of Alpha Alpha Alpha. Our first generation effort at the University of Mississippi is growing significantly, and we've made significant investment in these students, and we're incredibly excited about where it's going. And to have over 100 inducted in our first ceremony only shows you where this is going to grow to. It'll be an amazing venture, and I'm just very, very proud of us taking on this mantle, especially as a first-gen student. I just think it's awesome. So it's incredible. So a couple other things. Gordon Cartrell, a nurse manager of UMMC's Pediatric Intensive Care Unit, was one of 18 nurses nationally to receive the Circle of Excellence Award from the American Association of Critical Care Nurses. And he is the first Mississippian to ever earn this distinction. And that just speaks volume about UMMC and about Gordon. Another point about UMMC, and this is an amazing, I think, compliment to healthcare at UMMC. University Transplant set a single-year transplant record in 23, placing 221 solid organs in 213 patients. They have one of the finest transplant hospitals in America, and we are so blessed that it's right here. So that was an incredible effort on their part. Congratulations, Dr. Woodward. Just amazing. Madison Scott was chosen to one of our women's basketball players for the 3-on-3 women's training team, which allows her as one of 17 players selected to get a shot to possibly go to Paris for the Olympics. So we'll see how Madison does. Very proud of her. And as mentioned, Markeisha Davis before was picked 11th overall by the New York Liberty to play in the WNBA. So we're excited about that. Much like Mark said, big congrats to Oxford, best small college town recognition. I don't know who's number one, Starkville or Oxford, but it's always interesting how those spots are chosen. And we were also chosen as number 4 for best small town food scene. So we were excited about that. Sarah Austin, I'm going to miss you. You know that. And Sarah Austin and I meet monthly, and we talk way more than just monthly. She's incredibly special, and she knows how I feel about her. So she did an amazing job, in her agenda and what she did for students at Ole Miss will long go beyond her years here. I can promise you. And then I want to close by saying 2 quick things. First off, to the trustees leaving, it's much like what was mentioned. I wish there was a way that, there isn't, but I wish there was a way, as I served as your commissioner as well, to show the people of Mississippi the impact you make on students and how your decisions actually transcend to students. Because you rarely make a decision that doesn't impact students in a significant way. And it's one of the untold stories that we, for whatever reason, perhaps when I was commissioner, I'd take full responsibility for this, probably didn't get out there as strongly as we should have and as we could have. Because there isn't a decision this board makes that doesn't impact students and make us a better system and a better state. None, zero. You can just point to whatever it is, whether it's Aleutian at Ole Miss or whether it's this at Valley, or it doesn't matter. Okay, it trickles down to a better existence and a better education for our students. That is, from I'm sure this table, the highest compliment that any of us can pay to you, to thank you for your service, in particular for the 4 that are rolling off. And we appreciate that deeply. And so you would think I would close with that, but I've got one last thing, because this is your work and your support. So I don't know, about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years now, time flies by, I went to my colleagues, my HBCU colleagues, and I said, we want to start this risk management insurance program. And we want all of you to be a part of it. I remember Dr. Briggs was so kind. I went over to see Gerald at Valley and everything, and he had more food than we could have taken home for the whole university. It was so kind. But this program was set because I had been meeting in Dallas with the risk management insurance people and in Washington, D.C. and so on. And they were talking about the need for greater diversity in risk management fields and things of this nature. And so one of our professors came to Dr. Wilk and I and really wanted to start a certificate program. And it was a program, and I won't go into detail about it, but bottom line, it's a program where the students can do it right there as they're doing their degree program. And then they come for periodic things. Well, this year, okay, and this was launched in the fall of 23, we graduated together with 4 HBCUs in the University of Mississippi, 17 students. Alcorn State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley, and Tougaloo were all included, and the graduates completed all the work they needed to do and completed that, and now they will spend time interning in the industry over the next, I don't know how long it's going to take, and then they will be awarded their certificate. This is how, when we work together, we're powerful. This is it. This is how it works. And this is what this board supported. And this is finally where we can talk about the outcomes of what this happened and what transpired here. And believe me, those 17, when the word gets out there, will turn into 25, will turn into 50. And at the end of the day, the industry will be complimenting the state of Mississippi system for what it did to strengthen its industry and provide for opportunities for so many of our talented students. I wanted to give you an example of that as evidence of what I said previously. So thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate that.
Thank you, President Boyce, for your comments. We move to University of Southern Mississippi.
Yeah,
Dr.
well,
Paul.
let me begin by thanking all you trustees and give a special thanks to those departing, Mr. Morgan, Dr. Starr, Dr. McNair, and Mr. Duff. I know that I wouldn't have this opportunity to lead this place that I love so dearly, but for you, and I want to thank you personally, all of you for that, and for your service over 9 years. And I also want to say that one of the leaders in that organ transplant is Dr. Chris Anderson, a USM Honors College graduate. Slide that in there.
He's amazing.
He is. So Southern Miss polymer engineering student Charles Dalton has been recognized as an emerging STEM leader, also winning the prestigious Goldwater Scholarship for 2024. Charles is our 28th Goldwater Scholar from Southern Miss. Remarkable number. He's a native of Mandeville, Louisiana, member of our Honors College, and Charles plans to pursue further education in a dual MD PhD program where he wishes to focus his research on the treatment and prevention of neurological pathologies. So perhaps we have another one coming to you. Our women's basketball coach, Joy Lee McNellis, was recently honored as the 47th recipient of the Pat Summit Most Courageous Award by the United States Basketball Writers Association. Coach McNellis began receiving treatments in her third battle against adenocarcinoma in September of 2023. She continued coaching for the rest of the season, leading the Golden Eagles to their first back-to-back 20-win seasons since 15. In addition to undergoing treatments and coaching, Coach McNellis and her family mourned the passing of her father, Lewis Dempsey Lee, in November. And through it all, Coach Joy has gracefully demonstrated the Southern Miss grit, and is just a star for our community, an inspiration to us, to our students, and a great representative from Kiln, Mississippi, of the state of Mississippi. Our Dean of Students, Dr. Serena Cantrell, has been selected for the inaugural NASPA Student Affairs Law Conference. Excuse me, it's more than a conference. It's actually an intensive educational experience over the course of a week, and we're proud of her for that. We hosted the Faye Kegler Children's Book Festival. This began in 1967. We had 287 attendees. It was a marvelous 3 days. We even opened it through a severe weather warnings. But our DeGrumman children's literature collection is internationally renowned. If you want to come and learn about Curious George or Ezra Jack Keyes or Judy Blume, it's all right there. And during that, I was able to present our Southern Miss Medallion to New York Times best-selling author Cynthia Lytic Smith. A lovely, lovely event. And then finally, Festival South. Every summer during June, the University of Southern Mississippi drives a community-based arts festival with programs for children in the performing arts and the visual arts. Sort of the highlights this year are a production of the Jersey Boys on campus, a night of ballet called Crowning Glory. And so we want to all invite you to Hattiesburg. You know, we got all kind of rankings too. I'll bring them next time. I don't know if we're small enough to be the best small town, but we're a really good city. And I want to invite you all to come and be a part of Festival South. And thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Paul. I think this board appreciates each and every one of you all. You all are unique. You've got unique universities. And I know the board as a whole appreciate working with you all. And I know the four of us are really appreciative of the time we've had over these last 9 years. And we think we leave this board with really able leadership of our universities. And we're proud of you all, and we appreciate our time. Don't say that. I'm proud also to report the IHL board and serve as the president for the last 12 months. And it's with great satisfaction I passed this gavel over to my able colleague and friend. Dr. Trustee Moore.
Would you please join me at the podium? More hardware.
Okay.
Gotta have my glasses too. Dr. McNair, it's been such a pleasure and a privilege to serve with you on the IHL board. I want you to please accept this plaque in honor of your term as president of the Institution of Higher Learning. I also have one more item for you. Our fellow trustees will make a donation on your behalf to Pastor Milton Hill with the Faith Outreach Church. And
Fantastic.
last night, we attended a farewell dinner to celebrate 9 years of service with our four trustees that are retiring, Dr. Alfred McNair, Tommy Duff, Chip Morgan, and Dr. Walt Starr. First, I want to thank everyone that attended and the IHL staff for organizing this wonderful event. Secondly, I want to acknowledge that this is the last scheduled meeting for these four trustees, Alfred, Tommy, Chip, and Walt. Please retrieve your portraits from the wall. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just want to say, Brother Hill actually works in Columbia, helping the little children. He's a minister there. They're organizing churches, and they're working primarily with the children there, and they're having centers to take care of the children there in Columbia. He's a minister there. Thank you. Thank you. So. Okay. Yes. I'll see. Is there a motion to close this meeting, determine the need for executive session?
So moved.
Is there any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Motion carries. Anyone not needed for executive session is free to leave the room or disconnect. If you're not a trustee, you're waiting in the waiting room. Trustees, give us a minute to